Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim Zahner with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. Beautiful spring day today. The leaves, they're coming out of the trees. The sky is blue. And when you step out in the morning, you hear something at the dawn. And what you hear are birds. And they're twittering away. And they're coming back, whether it's the swallows returning or, if it's like different types of titmouses. I actually don't know any birds, but they're all coming back. And what's nice is when you hear them, they're singing. They're almost like songbirds. And that's why today I have a very special guest who was probably wondering where I was going. I have a very special guest. Now, I know every week I say I have a very special guest and I mean it, but this time I do mean it. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Sonoma Valley. It's a fabulous place. This guy is making sure things are running on the right ship. I have Kenny DeAlba from Songbird Parlour. How you doing, Kenny?
I'm doing good, Tim.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Can you identify any songbirds? Is that like one of your hobbies or something?
Blue jay? I don't know. I went straight to
right to that one right there. I do have, as I reach middle age, I do have a grudge with a specific bird in my backyard, which is a jay, and he tears up my garden. And I'm like, I've now reached that point where I'm mad at a bird. And I think that's a real sign of maturity in my life. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. You're probably too young.
As long as you're not taking it to another level. Then.
No, I won't. Well, he'll win. He'll win. All right, Kenny, it's springtime here. It's a beautiful place here. Let's hop right into it. Can you tell me what is Songbird Parlour?
Songbird Parlour, it is just this really beautiful restaurant located in the historic Jack London Village. We're just honored to kind of be there in that area. And we're just this really fun but upscale farm-forward restaurant.
Yeah. You're a restaurant, but when you say parlor, it was like an event venue space that you decided to kind of, you had food there, amazing food. But then you've kind of converted it into a full-on restaurant.
Yeah.
Where people can make reservations and, walk in and stuff like that. It's open concept, kind of like an old barn. Is that what that was? It was a mill.
It was a mill, yeah.
Yeah, where they actually milled. What did they mill there? Was it a lumber mill or was it like a grain mill?
It was grain, it was lumber, it was wine storage. It was been a lot of things.
Right there in Sonoma Creek, right by there.
It's actually a recording studio, too.
It was? Oh, yeah, because you know who recorded there? It wasn't Metallica, was it?
Metallica and Santana, and I heard Janis Joplin. These are all kind of rumors, but yeah.
Let's just add a couple more. Who else recorded there?
Oh, that's all I got.
I hear Rihanna did all her albums there. No, yeah, so it's a neat old building. Songbird Parlour is kind of right in front. What kind of food is it, Kenny?
So we're California fusion primarily. Definitely what's fresh, what's in the area, and then whatever our chef kind of like gravitate towards. We definitely focus more on kind of on American style with like that comfort food with a little flair where there's a little Asian in there. Like one of the dishes right now has a little Peruvian influence.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, it's just kind of multicultural.
It's all over the place there. Yeah. Are you yourself a chef?
No, I can eat though.
You're on the important part of it. It takes two to
the palate.
Yeah, two. A chef needs an audience, doesn't he? Or he or she needs to cook for someone. So have you been in the restaurant business for a while, or is this kind of new to you?
For a while, I would say this is now probably 25 or 26 years.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, so you're getting old enough. You could get in a fight with a bird.
Yeah.
So you've been in restaurants for a while and kind of learning the game and stuff like that. But you're never a chef. You're kind of like front of the house.
Yeah, my forte. Well, when I first kind of really got immersed into it, my focus was primarily in hospitality and beverage.
Okay.
And that's always been kind of more my strength.
You come from the drink side there.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a bartender?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's primarily the majority of my...
Why are you... Okay, you're hiding the headline, dude. Let's start again. Kenny DeAlba, bartender, and front of the house guy at Songbird Parlour. So you were a bartender, or you are a bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still once in a while dabble.
Do you? when you have to.
When I have to.
Have you bartended around town here?
Yeah. Actually, when I first moved up here in 2008, I was met John and Sandra from the Fig, worked there for a little bit, and I opened and closed Estate.
Opened and closed.
And then El Dorado Kitchen for almost 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the bar there.
Yep.
That's a great restaurant.
Yeah.
That's a good spot. I have good stuff. truffle fries. They also have the new cantina window, which they give tacos going out the side of the window there. I want to be on record. I've done it before. I am very pro taco windows. I think we need more taco windows, also hot dog windows. More food passed through windows onto the street is like, I think it's a real mark of civilization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like you get that in real towns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they did a duck confit taco at one point.
Exactly.
And, it was the best.
I know you're like, oh, I'm at a taco window, but it's duck confit. So it was really good. Kenny, did you grow up here in Sonoma? You said you moved here in 2008. So what's your story?
Yeah, no, I've had family here probably since the late 80s, and I kind of periodically kept moving here, then moving away, and then going to school here, went to high school, moved away.
Hold on. Go Dragons.
Go Dragons.
Okay, keep going.
Absolutely. My nephew still goes there. Right
Does he really?
He's a senior.
All right.
So we're supporting.
Shout out to you, kid. You said you went to a couple different high schools.
Yeah, San Francisco, Sonoma, and then Mexico again.
Okay. What was that like, switching high schools from Sonoma to Mexico?
A culture shock.
Yeah.
I grew up speaking Spanish. I was born in Mexico.
You were? Okay.
So I grew up speaking Spanish, and so English technically my second language. But once I got here, as you can tell by my accent,
you actually have you moved here before you were 13 then?
Yeah, this was 5-6 years old. But when I moved back again, I forgot Spanish. Understood it, but I forgot it. So I had to relearn it.
Did they yell at you?
Yeah, I got made fun of a lot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You were like, you come from up north, and they're like, you don't know your Spanish.
Yeah, I was like,
you're like, no, I'm from here. You actually, your accent gets baked into it when you're on 13 or something like that. So you're learning a foreign language or second language, third language. So my kids went to the bilingual school, and so they call my son the güero, right? He's like they think he's from Mexico. He's got a great accent. He started correcting me around when he's like 9. He goes, Dad, your accent's pretty bad. He goes, and he's kind of older. He goes, yeah, your grammar is not good either, Dad. I'm like, I didn't have a chance to learn a second language until we learned 1 hour a week starting in 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
That's no way to learn a language.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is to go down to another country and have to find the bathroom and desire to buy a beer. And you quickly learn that language, right?
It's only one way of picking up.
Isn't that what you did in high school?
You gotta get, yes.
How can I buy a beer?
Mexico's different rules.
All right, so you were down there in Mexico, and then you came back. 'Cause you still have family down there, it sounds like.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then came back up towards Sonoma in 2008.
In 2008, yep.
What brought you
Moved
back?
up here. Actually, just to kind of switch things up a little bit in the sense of just scenery.
Okay.
And I just fell in love. My first restaurant job ever. Never did it. I went from working with a general contractor doing carpentry to restaurants. And my aunt was a GM, and she got me into my first restaurant, which was a 1-star Michelin star restaurant. And that was
your first restaurant? It can
Never-
only go
never
up
gone.
from there, Kenny. Really?
So I fell in love
Okay.
just with hospitality, with the food, the culture, everything. And what better than wine country?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, so that was down in the city where you were at the one Michelin star. And did they train you? You must have started busing or dish or something. They didn't put you in front of people, did they? A one Michelin star.
They wouldn't dare. No, they wouldn't dare.
Yeah, what's the training process like for like a Michelin starred restaurant for staff?
Well, around 2000, not as probably rigorous as it is nowadays. Back in those days, people can throw plates at you and it's still not frowned upon.
Yeah. Nowadays, not so.
But no, I was a food runner, expediter,
Okay.
and then server, then bartender.
Okay. All at the same restaurant.
All at the same restaurant.
So you were a bartender at a Michelin starred restaurant.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. That's kind of cool. What kind of drinks were you making back then?
Well, so this one was very focused kind of, so it was a French Vietnamese restaurant,
Okay.
La Colonial. That's actually, unfortunately, it's not there anymore.
May it rest in peace.
Yes.
It's a good place.
Great place.
Yeah.
But so it was like tiki style drinks with rum and vodkas and stuff. But I think at that point, they weren't at the level that they are now. Now it's just...
You brought the bartenders.
Oh, yeah. In the sense of kind of like mixology and what it is now.
There's definitely been in the past 3 decades a away from a lot of packaged and pre-made stuff into seeing the bartender as a style, like another chef, another cook, starting with raw ingredients to make wonderful drinks, right? Like it's not like you used to grab bar sour and just, and you still can, but now they make the bar sour. And that's the difference.
Exactly.
That's what's there. And before we move, we're going to go back to Songbird, but what is your favorite cocktail to make and or drink now? Because I know it probably changes with the seasons.
You know what? I could make almost anything, and I always gravitate towards a good tequila or bourbon or rye neat or on the rocks. But if I had to choose, I would say Manhattan. I love a great Manhattan or old fashioned.
Okay, I'm glad you said Manhattan or old fashioned. I love both those drinks. The Toscano Hotel, that's where our visitor center is in, 24 East Spain Street, downtown Sonoma. There's a bar in there, and the guy that used to own, his wife owned it, and then he married into the family. His name was Jack Walton, and he had an old fashioned recipe that was famous, kind of famous, like famous for the area, and I guess it was pretty strong. And we don't know what if he was doing a bourbon old fashioned, or a brandy because he was from the Midwest. So there's a lot of discussion like what was he doing? But I would love to kick off an old fashioned week where all the different bars and restaurants try their variations on old fashioned, because I'm sure you could come up with something amazing. But yeah, it's a drink. Yeah. Everyone's doing Manhattans, but old fashions those are great drinks. They're fun ones.
Well, on a separate note, I mean, when I first moved up here, the Sonoma Bar Battle. Do you remember that?
Tell me about it.
Sonoma Bar Battle essentially was just Rhonda and her husband put this together, and they did a battle essentially that was mainly focused on, and it didn't have to be a restaurant bar. It was the Swiss, Steiner's, Town Square. It was primarily Sonoma focused.
Right.
And it was always held at the Veterans Building downtown. Okay. And there was music and booths and collaborations, and it was just, it was such a great time. And I want to bring that back.
You should bring that back. I mean, because we had, Martini Madness kind of had its moment and kind of came back briefly this year with Gary, and Gary's going to bring back. But I think if you want to do, what do you call it, the Battle of the Bars? The Bar Battle? The
Battle of Bartenders.
Battle of Bartenders? We'll think of something.
Or Sonoma Bar Battle, I think.
Bar Battle?
Yeah.
It's almost like we could do it in the amphitheater in the plaza. Oh. Yeah, because it's all set up now. It's all redone. We had the Battle of the Bands there in May, so there's no reason we can't have the bartenders up there later. We might be onto something. This might be the birth of a new beloved tradition.
You and me, Tim.
That's the way it is.
We'll make this happen.
Okay, Songbird Parlour. You're over there in Glen Ellen. Glen Ellen's kind of having a moment. It's got a lot of cool restaurants. It's got a lot of cool activity going on there. Why are you guys in Glen Ellen? How did you choose that place?
So my business partner and better half, Lauren, she's been looking at this space for a long time. Okay. And she has her private chef and catering company, goodness gracious. And she was looking at this space, and I think it was vacant after Olive and Vine took off almost 9 years. Don't quote me on the exact number.
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
And around the pandemic, we went over there. We talked to the realtor, went over there, and kept checking it out, and ultimately she needed a commissary, I needed a commissary for my beverage company, and then
we're gonna put that to the side because now you're slipping and you have a whole other company, but keep going. So you guys needed a kitchen,
and she ended up leasing the space.
And it was already built out as a kitchen. It had a hood and stuff like that.
It was already a functioning restaurant. It just needed a little more on the aesthetics and the collaboration of some of her friends like Laura Schermeister that helped with the first rounds of design, and Mia started kind of putting together all these visuals and kind of concepts how it was, and something ingrained in Lauren's mind, which was that modern Victorian, and me growing up in San Francisco, that was like
when you walk in there, you do get that feeling like you're walking through a painted lady in the city, a Victorian building, which they were also built up here at the same time. Yeah. Right. But what's really nice about that place is, and again, I've mentioned this, I don't have that ability to have that eye and understand how like fabrics and mirrors and couches, like how they all come together. Like I can appreciate when I get there, but if you put me in a room, I would have no idea, right? It would just be a bunch of IKEA flat packs that aren't put together. But what you guys have done up there is create a really cozy, cool spot. And even though when you walk down that wooden hallway and there's a history right there, and there's like the kind of feeling of being part of a literary period, and you have like a free book thing out in the front. I don't know if it's you guys or the landlord or whatever. And then you walk into this gorgeous, ante room with a couch, and the host greets you. And you've done a good job. I'm sure it's 100% you.
Oh yeah, I'll take full credit.
No, but it's just, I have a sense of arrival. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm going to a place, even though I just came out of the parking lot. Yeah, I feel like I'm someplace. And they've done a good job with that.
Yeah, I think overall that was our goal. Is mainly Lauren's kind of vision was, because we're a big family and we just love the community and we love entertaining, and that's what we do at home. We cook and we make drinks, and ultimately, like any other family, at least our family, we're all in the kitchen. You can have a huge house, everyone's in the kitchen.
Even if the kitchen's tiny, everyone's in the kitchen.
So that's kind of what we wanted. We wanted more something to kind of feel like you're at home, you're at someone's house, and you're in the kitchen or the living room, and people are just hanging out.
And you have a piano right there.
Yeah.
And you've had musicians come play.
Of course, yeah. I'm going to bring that back.
Are you?
Yeah.
That was good. I was there one time he was performing.
Yeah. Aaron Durr, Clay. We've had various kind of artists that are kind of like from the area and stuff. Last year, we started introducing a music program. Okay. I think I'll bring that back.
You should. Yeah. That'd be really fun to bring people there. When we did our staff holiday dinner, which we do in the spring because, it's hospitality. And like, well, we can't do it during the time.
In the high time.
But people were remarking just how fabulous the meal experience was, and you had a music guy playing. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but he was really good, and it was a fun experience. And it was.
Yeah, I think that was Aaron that day.
I think the name does sound familiar. And are you guys available, like for corporate groups or buyouts or wedding events, or can groups go to your restaurant?
Of course. I mean, overall, when the concept first started, it was an event space. Mm-hmm. And I think it transitioned into a restaurant, but we are still very much focused as an event space. Okay. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to bring something back. You just casually threw out that you have a drink company. What is that about?
So my business partner, Tony, and myself, we both were actually working together at El Dorado Kitchen. Mm-hmm. And around the pandemic time, I'll do a quick synopsis. Sure. When everything got shut down, everybody called us. Hey, how do you make this drink? Hey, how do you make this drink? And we say, well, you know what? Let me help you. Actually, I'll start kind of pre-batching it for you. And so much so I'll shoot out the third week, we started producing margaritas and Bloody Marys. Those were
just like in jars. Ones. Like in mason jars.
In mason jars, because that was the thing that was accessible, and we just had time, and we were within our pod. We went from 2 cases to almost 2,000 cases by the second month, and it just took off from there.
And were you starting at a home kitchen and you moved into the commissary, or how'd you? Yeah. Really, you were just batching it like this is how you do it at the bartending, and now I'm making it for production, and out it goes. Were there alcohol already in it, or was it like you made the mixer and then people would add to it?
The alcohol to add to it. We didn't. So it's a non-alcoholic.
So you could, so you don't have to jump to the hoops of that.
We figured everybody's got that random bottle of rum, that random bottle of vodka they've been meaning to get to.
Right.
So we designed all those cocktails. Right now we have, I think, 6 SKUs. Okay. To go with pretty much all neutral spirits and some kind of browns.
Oh, clever. And what's the name of the company?
T&K Mixology.
Okay.
A lot of marketing dollars went there.
I mean, this is what's funny, because when someone mentioned that was you, I didn't know about this until about 24 hours ago, okay? Because I never put it together. Yeah. And then I'm like, that's so dumb. Of course. And I know because, Sonoma Eats, Ephraim. Yeah. He loves their stuff. He carries it up. I don't know if they still do or not, but he's like, oh, this is so good. Try it. And I kept seeing this stuff up and down the valley. And I didn't know that was you.
Yeah, he was our first account.
Was he?
Yeah.
By the way, if you like really good tacos, and he makes mushroom tacos, and he also has Oaxacan mole, fantastic food. I'm a big fan.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday. And also his wife, Haley, she's from Maine, and there's something with New England where they make good pastries. So she makes really good muffins. Oh. Like really good ones. And she makes some jam that they make from their farm in Kenwood with strawberry jam. It's so good. They're not...
Well, she was the farmer at Flatbed.
She was, yeah. So she knows her farming, and she knows her muffin baking and running the front of the house there too. It's a good spot. But okay, so T&K Mixology, and are you guys still out there? You're still making that stuff?
We are. We definitely still have accounts and everything. We kind of pivoted a little bit as things kind of progressed into more bar catering.
Okay.
And then now Tony's kind of more focused on that one. Okay. I've been so immersed into the restaurant.
Right.
So his main focus has been on that.
And that's a hard
No,
business.
it's still going.
I mean, it can get distribution, moving inventory, right? During COVID, when it's the beginning of it, probably like, okay, we can just kind of do this for fun.
Yeah.
But once you start competing with, mixer companies who are multi-bajillion-dollar companies,
It's not easy.
no, you're fighting for some of that Total Wine and Spirits shelf space. Can be slightly different, I imagine.
We're a bottle bar.
Are you at Bottle Barn?
Yeah.
That place is fantastic. That's the way it is. Jumping back, you growing up in Mexico, what is some of the favorite food that you enjoyed when you were down there? Or what do you miss from your time there?
I think my palate wasn't as refined as it is now.
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah. I mean, honestly, I can easily say like these really fancy things. I just love the street food.
Yeah,
I think
say it.
that's
Come
what
on.
I miss the most.
Yeah.
The tacos, the simplistic tortas, the bolillos that aren't.
What's that?
So it's the bread that the tortas are made out of.
Oh, I love that bread.
But here it's different.
Yeah.
It's absolutely different. And over there, it just has a different texture and
Okay.
flavor. And I don't know, because maybe they're using lard or something.
Well, no, and that's the secret with the
Yeah.
okay.
Tortillas.
Tortillas, but also the I'm looking at it and I see it. And when I go to the bakery and they have the silver platter and they put them all on there and the name of it, I can't believe I forgot the name of that one. You know what I'm talking about. They're pink and they're yellow and they're brown and there's sugar on top and you dip them in your coffee. And
The conchas.
The conchas, thank you.
Yeah.
Lard is the secret in those,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Not just sugar.
No, I know. The sugar is fantastic too.
Yeah.
But to get that good mouthfeel and that kind of there, and when you dip it in your coffee, I love doing that. Conchas are good. So I think a lot of street food is a place. It's a function of being in that place and eating it there, right? Like a New York hot dog won't taste as good here because you're not in New York, surrounded by New York stuff, right? And again, New York hot dogs are not. They're good enough hot dogs for the moment when you're on that street, right? And probably similar to what you're saying is maybe, and I could be wrong, but like eating a taco in the place that you liked when you were growing up there, that has that memory, right?
Yeah.
And it tastes just perfect for that space.
Because I mean, this is all kind of the same emotions we put into the restaurant because it's how you feel when you're there.
Right.
It's not just the food or the general experience. It's how it's making you feel at the moment. Your surroundings and the culture and what's around you and the smells and the taste. And essentially you're kind of enhancing all those senses. And if you can trigger all of those in one meal, that's kind of like
That's exactly it.
the golden ticket there.
Yeah, and you build, like you mentioned at the beginning, that the chef uses what's in season now or different influences and builds it together. Yeah. But it's very much of that place. You're not doing a lot of weird exotic mousses and aerosols and stuff. Maybe you are. I don't know.
No, we're very much kind of like refined comfort food.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to kind of minimize what chef is doing, but it's beautiful. It's techniques and everything, but they're 4 or 5 component dishes that are just done perfectly.
Yeah, and that's what
versus this over embellished
too much
plate. Yeah, that flavors can get lost.
Oh, that's good. That's a good way to put it. What are some of your favorite things on the menu right now?
Oh gosh! Last night.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no. Last night's dinner, we did a winemaker dinner with Corsi Graves.
Okay.
And I was actually texting Maeve this morning, and I said, honestly, probably one of my favorite wine dinners we've done so far. It was just the menu that they did, that chef did. Maeve and Matt, they came in and their energy, was great.
Corsi Graves has great wines too. So it doesn't hurt that you had great food and great wine.
But the featured dish, his main entree at the very end, which you don't ever see around here, chef, when we kind of started putting this menu together, we didn't realize we needed to source what we wanted to serve to after we created it, but venison.
Venison.
So we did this herb-crusted venison, open fire.
Okay.
That then he basted, of course, with butter, thyme, herbs, garlic.
Oh, wow.
And then we did Oak Hill cabbage,
Okay.
where he put a char on it, and then again, kind of just basted it, and cab and peppercorn kind of demi.
Okay.
It was just out of this world.
It's good, huh?
So good.
Was this one of you should have worn stretchy pants kind of dinners?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're going in there, unbuttoning the top button. And that's, I mean, Coursey Graves makes fantastic, like Cabernet Sauvignon, things like that. They're beautiful up there in Bennett Valley. Oops, I just dropped. I do have a bottle to show because you brought this, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
That is a really good winery to go visit. And you mentioned Maeve, who runs the tasting room up there and kind of manages all that stuff. She does a great job. And
Great. Yeah.
And the musical theater.
Yes. Yeah.
They're
musical people.
Musical people, and I'm always waiting at our meetings for them to bust out like a performance or something like that. When you're not cooking and when you're not making drinks and you're not being a dad, what are you doing for fun, Kenny?
Oh, I'm a big motorcycle enthusiast.
For real, you own motorcycles?
Yes.
Like, are we talking like Harleys? Are you talking racing motorcycles? What are you, like, dirt bikes? What do you do?
I've owned every single type of motorcycle. I think at one point I had like 12 motorcycles.
Are you kidding me? For real? Yeah. And so you like enjoy working on them or just riding them or racing them?
All the above.
Really?
So I'm my own mechanic. So I used to race in the 2017-18 AFM season. It's like a local Northern California motorcycle club.
Okay.
And I was my own mechanic, one-man team type of thing.
You're pit stopping, you're jumping off. Like, okay,
I was holding my own umbrella.
Hurry up and pump gas. Okay, I am. It's me. Yeah.
Yeah. But after the pandemic, everything kind of settled down. My sponsors kind of like backed out and stuff too, which is not a bad thing because we had other things going on.
Right.
But I still continued to do. I joined an organization called Front Track Days. It's a track day company, and I volunteer my time to like help out there and marshal and help with new racers and stuff like that.
Where do they race around here?
All over California, from Laguna Seca, Sonoma Race will be there out there.
So
in
big
April
track, actual racetracks.
Oh yeah, so this is road racing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's the one where you lean way over and your knee looks like it's going to be scraped right off like a racer pencil.
I'll show you some pictures.
I see these. I mean, it's nuts. How fast do those? Because they're road tracks, so you don't like an oval. I bet you go pretty fast, but you're moving around like this a lot.
Yeah.
For those who are watching,
Sonoma's a little more technical, so I think like my top speed there was not as fast as some other tracks, but like 145.
Okay, that sounds very dangerous. I mean, and exhilarating. That's
Controlled
terrifying.
chaos.
Controlled chaos. It's like being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're like zipping and you're dipping and you're doing all the things. I don't own a motorcycle. I have a bicycle. I really like it.
It's like almost two
I,
wheels.
I love two-wheel stuff. I actually think getting around on two wheels is the superior way to get around. Yeah. And the reason being, it's more fun. When you're not going 140 miles an hour, you can actually see things better. Because, on your four wheels, you're kind of inside.
Learn to appreciate it more.
You do. You really do. And I bet you, I used to own I don't want to brag, but I used to have a scooter when I had a paper route.
I love that.
I think it went up to like 50 if I went downhill. Yeah. But I did my own mechanic on that too. Rubber bands, duct tape.
Yeah.
All the stuff. But it was kind of how I realized I could make more money being a paper boy if I could go faster and put more stuff Efficiency. But no, getting around on two wheels is fun.
It is.
Yeah. It's like we need more
scooters. The majority of my time I spend more on the track than I do on the street. I'm just a lot more safe now with kids and responsibilities, right? It's a controlled environment. Yes. But my youngest daughter, she's the one that gets me out on the street more.
Really?
She's, Dad, Sunday morning, it's hot, let's go for a ride. So we'll jump on an adventure ride and we'll go to Lake Berryessa and go to Turtle Rock and get lunch. And
really?
She's the one that gets me
So you have whole routes that you can go to for nice touring on your motorcycle?
Oh, yeah. We'll do 120 miles.
I see a lot of groups come in. Oftentimes the plaza, they'll stop at the Horseshoe. Everyone stops at the Horseshoe, take a photo of their vehicle, whether it's the Ferrari guys, or the motorcycle guys, or the VW people. But they probably go out to all sorts of great adventures from around here. You should do a whole series, Kenny, of motorcycle rides with Kenny. And then at the end, you're like, here we go. Here's this food from Songbird Parlour. And you'd have it all dialed in.
You got all the good ideas.
I do. The key to marketing is having great ideas for other people. Here's a weird question, because we have someone wrote to us an email, and you might kind of have an insight. Last week, I was talking to someone about mythical creatures. Bear with me here. Okay. Mythical creatures that everyone kind of locally talks about, like might exist. And supposedly in Napa, there are mythical animals that exist on a road. And that, I don't know if you've heard about these, but they're called. Here's the email I got. Okay, it's from Tom, who listens to the podcast. So thanks for listening, Tom. He put reebobs of Napa. They're at the end of Partrick with an R Ranch Road. Partrick Ranch Road. It's a very creepy road that turns to a single dirt road, canopied by weeping willows. I have driven it. It's both dicey and scary. And if a cryptid was going to live anywhere, it would be there for sure. So a cryptid is like a unknown, like a Bigfoot, right? So then, of course, I Google this because that's what I do. And the internet's full of everything that's true. There's an entire page devoted to Napa reebobs, which says, and this is what I'm going to read because we're talking about Cavedale Road here. Yeah. In the small town of Napa Valley, is known to some conspiracy enthusiasts as the location of a doomsday safety center where they store food and supplies. Huh. Yeah. And blah, 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 blah. Supposedly a rebob on the long and winding road of this facility is Partrick Road. Blah, blah, blah. There are tales since the baby boomer years of half monkey, half robots with wings that live in the trees and attack passersby and travelers.
See, my mind went to chupacabras.
I was going to ask you. That's my point. The chupacabra. What's a chupacabra?
It is like a goat, blood-sucking kind of vampire, interesting.
Mythological. Is it mythological? And is chupacabra from Mexico or is it from Puerto Rico? Or it's in Spanish-speaking countries?
Yeah. Latin America.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the discussion. And then you mentioned your motorcycle. I'm like, you're going to run into the reebobs. Ooh. So be careful. They're half monkey, half robot. Wait, they're half? They're half monkey, half robot with wings. Huh. So kind of like Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, they can fly the reebobs. So watch out on the motorcycle. But it sounds like you've got a fast motorcycle. You can get out of there.
I don't know how fast they fly, but I'll try to go faster.
Yeah, and zip around there. But up on Cavedale Road.
Oh.
When you go up there, that's between Napa and Sonoma. And probably a fun motorcycle ride. But to your point about controlled, if I was on a motorcycle there, you never know what you meet around going to a corner with a car sometimes up there. But there are tales of shenanigans up there in those hills. So I wonder if some of the reebobs live up there too. I don't know. But you've never seen any scary animals.
No, I mainly focus on the road, but maybe next time I take Emma, I'll say, hey, honey, look around. Look for some reebobs.
Or chupacabras. But yeah, I do want to thank Tom for listening and for submitting that because now I learned something new. And now hopefully you did.
I did.
Okay.
Definitely didn't know about that.
A lot more comments than I thought occurred when I posted that clip. So evidently people are really passionate about possibly mythological animals in there. I was thinking you guys could do a cryptid dinner. You could do like Bigfoot dinner. You could do all sorts of themes.
Where did they say there was like a Loch Ness monster in like Sonoma or
could be
around there?
I bet you there is. Why don't you start it right now? What are we going to call it? The Lake Sonoma shark?
Yeah.
He's like 50 feet long, I hear. It's huge. Yeah. But only comes out on moonless nights.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just tell the story. You've done that ride up to Lake Sonoma, haven't you, Warm Springs?
Oh, yeah.
The other Warm Springs Road? I see a lot of motorcycle groups go up on that road, and it's beautifully banked. It goes to the ocean. It's just like this incredible windy route. Yeah. If you get easily sick to your stomach, do not go on it. That's it. Okay, Kenny. Before we move on to the next part, we help me answer visitor questions. You know we do. Did I tell you that?
I think Lauren mentioned it, but
okay.
I don't know how prepared I am.
That's the whole point about this game is that you cannot be prepared.
Okay.
Before we get on to that, if people want more information about Songbird Parlour, do you guys have a website or a way people can find out about you?
Yes. If you just go to our website, songbirdparlour.com, or Instagram, same thing, at Songbird Parlour.
That's pretty
definitely
easy.
Check us out. We're open Wednesday through Sunday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We do some fun special evenings. Wednesdays right now we're doing a featured prime rib.
Oh, I am interested.
Yes, very much so. And then on Sundays we do our epic fried chicken night.
Which you're famous for.
Yes.
So much so that it's epic.
Epic.
So epic fried chicken night. Yeah. And is that year round or is it like seasonal or how does that work?
That one is year round.
Okay, good.
I would give a little insight. Make a reservation and put a note on your reservation you want a fried chicken because we sell out every Sunday.
Okay. So if you're making the rezo, put it in there. I'm here for epic fried chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, make sure you have it.
You'll put it to the side and put your name on it. Tim's Chicken.
Exactly.
Don't touch. All right. That's Songbird Parlour. I think it's Parlour. Songbirdparlour.com is probably your website.
Yes.
Okay, good. And then on all the usual social media stuff. Are you on TikTok? Are you doing dancing and stuff like that, Kenny?
No. God, no. Too old for that.
Someone will teach you. Okay, so before we get real quick, we do have a new visitor guide for everyone listening. You can order your new visitor guide. It just came out. It's brand new. I'm going to give you one. You're like one of the first people to get one.
Check it out.
And then also coming up, two things. Sonoma International Film Festival is kicking off this month, and then Trash and Fashion is kicking off next month, where really cool, I don't know if you've seen these, but these amazing artists make clothing out of reused, recycled product. At the Toscano Hotel, the Visitor Center, we have one. It's a Marie Antoinette outfit, and it's gorgeous. These people, like you talk about the chef being creative, or you're being creative with your mixology. These people who work with these fabrics are so amazing. Like, again, I have no idea how they do it. And then when I see them bring in the mannequin and they put the dress on, I'm like, wow, that is fantastic. So Trash and Fashion, it always culminates in a big fashion show at the end of April. So that's happening now. But yeah. All right, Kenny, you don't know what you're walking into, but as you know, we have 2 visitor centers. People call us, text us, they send us messages. They email us, info@sonomavalley.com. You can text us 707-996-1090. And they ask us questions. You're going to help us in the segment we call We Get Questions.
Was that the drum roll? Okay.
Let's do it. You did a good job. Okay. Here's the first question. This comes actually from the Facebook Sonoma County trip planning page. We are taking our first trip to the area in early June. We're trying to decide between staying near downtown Napa or in Sonoma. What are the pros and cons of each?
Overall, I think you can't go wrong either way. But in my experience,
I'd remind you, you're volunteering at the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau.
Yeah, well, that's why I was going to actually go over here. There's more, it's more centralized. It's more kind of, you have great restaurants, you have great tasting rooms. Everything's super close. It's within walking distance. I don't know. I just love Sonoma.
Okay, good answer. So you could say if you're trying to decide, and if your name is Kenny DeAlba and you work at Songbird Parlour and you love Sonoma Valley, your recommendation is to stay in Sonoma Valley.
Absolutely.
Good job. That was really good. Plus, I hear in Napa, there are half monkey, half robot winged creatures.
Yeah, they fly at 150 miles an hour too.
So know what you're getting
There's
into.
no escaping them.
No, Napa is very lovely. They are our neighbors over here just east of Eden. Good spot. You can also stay in downtown Napa. The city of Sonoma is a little more compact, a little more walkable. It does have a plaza. And so that's often kind of a neat place to stay.
For me, when I go visit it somewhere, I like parking and then just walking around and not having to worry about driving from place to place.
Right.
I mean, you still do because of the wineries and whatnot, but or if you have a special place you want to visit.
Right.
But I just love just having the accessibility of just
going right there.
parking the car and then just being carefree.
That's the beautiful part of a compact town. Absolutely. Same thing with Glen Ellen. You can park in Glen Ellen and walk around Glen Ellen as well. Mm-hmm. So, and even in Kenwood, parts of Kenwood, you can walk around very easily. So that's kind of some good suggestions there. She also asked, are there any suggestions for wineries for a group that loves red wines?
Oh, yeah. A lot of good stuff. Actually, going to Coursey Graves.
Coursey Graves.
To me, I love. I tell Maeve too. I'll pick up the wine instead of having to. I love going up there, the drive, and then every time, without fail, right before you get onto the property, there's this gorgeous view of like Bennett Valley and the fields and everything, and I just take it in for 2-3 minutes and then continue.
That's a great
place. But their reds, cabs, pinots primarily, but their Syrah. Their Syrah is probably one of my favorite reds that they have there. Okay. It's just out of this world. And it's an estate Syrah.
So meaning the grapes are from there.
Yeah.
So. All right, so that's a good one. Go check out Coursey Graves and tell Maeve that you heard it from Kenny on the podcast.
Yeah.
Good answer. All right, good job. Here's another question. I'm thinking about moving here. Why would I move here? What's it like to live here?
Why not?
Brought to you by Kenny the Real Estate.
Yes. That's a slogan for you.
No, I think what's it like living here? It's a smaller town. So if you're from a big city, it's probably not as full of urban excitement. So, nightlife isn't maybe our biggest strong suit, but it's a caring town. It's a cool neighbor group. There are a lot of neat things to do here if you move here.
Yeah, for me, being the fourth or fifth time that I've moved back, something that Sonoma's always had that's always just kind of pulled me back in, and the community, the people, the proximity, it's a wonderful place to live. And it's just get up in the morning, same thing with the birds, and you're just taking in the fresh air. And it's, in my opinion, not matched in any city or surrounding area.
Good answer. And also, if you like food, you have to work really hard to find a bad meal. There's some good restaurants, so it's a good place to be. This is a good question. Actually, we get this pretty commonly. What is there to do in Sonoma Valley if you don't drink alcohol?
Lots of stuff. Just recently, Lauren did this writing club over there and they performed at the Jack London, the museum over there. Mm-hmm. I have always ridden my bicycle over there, and there's tons of great trails. There's tons of hiking. There's horseback riding. There's museums. Yep. I mean, there's so many outdoor activities here. Right. If you have kids, there's Train Town. Oh, yeah, Train Town's fantastic. The plaza's great because there's shopping, and of course they have all the restaurants and everything too. But there's, in my opinion, there's lots.
There's lots to do.
I always say boredom just lack imagination.
Oh, good for you. It's like your mom said that to you or something like that. I'll give you bored. Yeah. So obviously wine country. We've been talking here about the bar culture and we're very good at fermenting things. But if that's not your jam, there is the food. There is the outdoors. Theater. We have a lot of good theater. They just did a good production last week of the Sonoma Valley Police Blotter Report. A guy made a book of all the funny stories from that. And at the community center, where Trash and Fashion is, they performed it. And so there's a lot of community theater here. And of course, local music is a big thing here as well. So
a lot of people don't know too that Sonoma's kind of where California started. Really, is the last mission. A lot of history here in town.
Oh, look at Mr. History Guy. Good job.
A couple things.
Yeah, it was the last mission built in California and the only one built under Mexican independence. So there was Spain. They went all the way up towards San Francisco, San Rafael. By that time, there was Mexican independence. So it was the only mission finished during Mexican's period here. And then California was founded. And then it was like, what we should do? We're this independent republic, but it's kind of lonely. Let's join the United States. So, but for 21 days, we were our own independent nation. And it's a lot of history is a big thing here. So
got to count for something.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. You remember your fourth grade. Good job, man. You're in there. Now this one's kind of in opposite of the previous question. But someone walked in yesterday at the Toscano Hotel where we have that bar, and they said, "Hey, were there speakeasies and bootleggers in Sonoma Valley, especially during Prohibition?" So in the 1920s, when alcohol was illegal, were there speakeasies and bootleggers in Sonoma Valley? Bootleggers.
I don't know about that. I'm sure probably bootleggers just because of Prohibition was all over, but wasn't it the barracks? Wasn't that a brothel too?
Yes. So yeah, the short answer. So what I did is, I think you clued onto something there. During Prohibition, there were probably speakeasies and bootleggers everywhere. Yeah. Right. And typically, by the border, up in Canadian border, they're bringing whiskey down, or up from Mexico. They're probably bringing tequila and whiskey from up there. But in rural areas, they were doing it as well. And so I talked to Patricia Cullinan. She's with the Sonoma Valley Historical Society. And she said, Tim, she did kind of tired, Tim, there are lots of grapes grown up here. And there were lots of dairies. And there were people who knew how to distill things. I said, okay. She goes, every day, Tim, there were pails and pails of milk going down to San Francisco. And do you think they opened every pail of milk to make sure it was full of milk? Yeah. I said, She goes, yes, there were many.
There's a word.
Exactly. So there were people taking those grapes, which evidently, if you squish them, add a little bit of yeast, they do turn into alcohol. And then you can boil that and distill it into brandy. evidently. Yeah, so there was a lot of that going on, and there were many speakeasies because this was a resort area for a long time. So people from San Francisco would come up here prior to 1920s, started in the 1800s, for to take in the waters and have resort time and go dancing and stuff like that. Some of those buildings still exist, and they were definitely known to have a drink or two during that time. So the short answer is yes, there were speakeasies and bootleggers in Sonoma Valley. And
I learned something new every day.
You did, but now, I mean, you're a bartender, so you're part of that lineage. When you think about it, that's part of your cultural heritage here now.
You're saying I should know these things?
You should know to make up stories about them. You're like, oh yeah, this drink comes from back in the 20s, 100 years. That was 100 years ago. Wow. That was a long time ago. You answered all the questions correctly.
Cool.
You're amazing.
All right.
See, I
was nervous for nothing.
No, it's easy peasy. Kenny, it's been wonderful having you on the podcast. You answered everything correctly. It was fun learning about motorcycles and about bartending and mixology and Songbird Parlour. If people, again, want more information about Songbird Parlour, how do they find your website?
Songbirdparlour.com, like Tim said, Parlour, so kind of like the old English, .com. Or if you just want to give us a call, 707-343-1308. We're always trying to answer the phone calls when we can and everything too. Social media, all that fun stuff.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. And so after you go to songbirdparlour.com and you've reserved your chicken for Epic Fried Chicken Night on Sundays, reserve your chicken early. After you've done that, please go to sonomavalley.com for deals, special offers, and events. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening. Seth, travel safely. Remember to call your mom. And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.